that we all need. Even as that, we all need it. But because, you know, children stay more with their moms. They stay more with their moms than their dads. So I think that's why we are bringing it to Talking Moms this afternoon. And we have the privilege of having an expert in the house. Our expert is going to join on the show. Today's going to be sweet. It's going to be interactive because these ones are not guests. They are homers. They are part of us here. So the other guests, no, I'm not saying guests on this show. They are not guests. The other mother is Talking Moms called mom in the so when she comes, you know who I'm talking about. So today we'll be discussing that interesting topic. And of course, do not forget that this program is segmented. There's the first segment, which is the buzz line segment. The buzz line is where we discuss issues that are buzzing on different platforms, social media platforms, and they may have trended maybe few weeks or months back, but once we bring it on this show, it becomes a bustling topic because it's cause for discussion, something we have to address. So, but this one is not stale; it's still fresh, and it has to do with this guy, this videographer guy, David Martins. You know, if you're familiar with that story, and his girlfriend, not girlfriend, his wife, they got married actually, and they have a child to that marriage. So, you know, if you've not heard about that story, I'll implore that you go back to read about it, but we are going to just paraphrase it and tell you what went wrong about this whole situation where the lady got it wrong, and why a lady who have been warned, who have been shown evidence, of violence and all of that, and you still went ahead to get married to the same guy. What do we call that? Okay, so, and then this morning I was listening to some folks talking about the same guy and his friend, this David Martins guy and his friend. They said there's this other couple. They are not married though, but they know the term, the word they use, couple. Once a man and a woman come together, when they are not even married, they call them couple. So they call them sheiks and devs or something. Where is praise? They met on BB Niger, and this edition should be like 4 years ago or so, and they've been together since then. And this Shegun is what they call sheiks now, happens to be David Martin's friend. So you know where that story is headed rather. So it happens to be that the guy has been beating his girlfriend. So it's okay to say birds of a feather flock together, because if a friend to David Martins is beating his own girlfriend, who he's not married to, you can imagine David Martins, who is married already and beating his wife. So where the whole thing got interesting is where we heard that the lady had been warned, that's the wife had been warned, that this guy is not who he claims to be. Now, the guy claims to be a child of God, who is a worker in church, serving God fervently and all of those, cool brother, handsome and all of that, tall, handsome, cool, calm, collected, and she still went ahead to get married to the guy, and the lady has been getting the beating of her life since then, until now that she spoke out. Actually, I saw this story on a lot of blogs. One of the blogs I saw the story was that Solomon Buchi, if you follow him, the guy says it as it is. He doesn't even care whose ox is God, and he says it the way it is. That this lady had spoken to him about her story before, but he was of the opinion that, okay, fine, you have to leave the shores of this land before you can even talk about this marriage. If not, the guy may come for you. Now, but Solomon Bushi said he's happy that the lady eventually spoke out. for herself because she was tired. There had been times when the lady will run out of the matrimonial home, run to friends, families around, to even church members, pastors have spoken to the guy. Eventually, we learned that the guy had to cut off every communication with church people, with friends who could help the lady. But thankfully, the lady escaped and ran for her life. That's the sweetest part of this whole story, because it would have been sad. Sad if the reverse was the case, like maybe the lady died while he was beating her or something, kind of thing. So that's what we are talking about on Bus Lines. In fact, I've narrated you just not the entire story, but I told you that we're going to paraphrase because of our time. So today I have with me, that's for Bus Line, but for topic, this other segment of the show, which is the real talk time, we are discussing parenting teenagers without losing your cool. Hey, teenagers will make you say what you don't intend to say, what you don't like you never thought you could ever say a thing like that. They'll make you lose your cool, make you lose your steez and composure. Like, for real. And you begin to wonder, is this my child? No, it's just like, no, this sweet boy that I raised, the sweet girl that I raised from infant to a toddler to, and he's talking back at me, all those things. And you're like, no, I'll excuse myself from, I'll tell God, please excuse me, let me deal with this boy. Then I'll come back to my senses. All right, so today I have the privilege of hosting again Mrs. Patricia Abokede. She's a homer. You can see she is a developmental psychologist and a parenting coach. So today we'll be doing a practical conversation. Every parent of a teenager should hear this, and we are expecting Mrs. Latifa Eniola, our Alaja, so our Galicious Alaja. She's a Talking Moms Code member in diaspora. So she's a teenage psychologist. So you see that these people, these are beautiful moms, are just perfect for this discussion. So Mrs. Patricia Abokede is already in the house. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Thank you for
having you again. It's always a pleasure to have you.
Yeah, maybe I'll even join this mommy's call.
Yeah, so you are are you listening? She's a member. I stamp and sign, signed and stamped, sealed. So I want you to shook your mouth in that first story, the story I narrated. Like, for real, okay. We keep saying it. See, the red flags. There's no way you be in a relationship and you won't see signs that this person, oh man, no, me logical.
The what I'm going to just say in a nutshell is that love is not the ultimate for a relationship. That I'm in love with somebody is not the ultimate for you to enter a relationship. There are so many things you need to consider when you want to enter into marriage relationship with somebody. Yes, the first attraction is maybe the physical attraction, then the emotional, the love, of course. But there's, love cannot hold a marriage. Yeah. Love is the least thing that makes a marriage work. Love comes first because that emotion, attracts you to each other. But when it comes to sustaining marriage, it's not love. There are so many things that makes marriage to work. Your character. If you have character, the character you carry determines the kind of relationship you can keep. Finance, communication, romance, and so many other things is what keeps marriage work. But now, when people put romance ahead of character, or you put love ahead of character, then you'll be blind. People say love is blind. I don't believe that word. Love is not blind.
This word.
Love is wearing
time and age.
Google.
Your Google should see very well.
Clear one. So for young people who are still in that journey of discovering themselves, falling in love, don't put love first. Your hearts, of course, attract each other. But now, if you now want to take the decision to live the rest of your life with this person, then please put character first. I was still discussing with my children today. Every August we do study on Proverbs. And Proverbs is a very powerful Bible series that talks about character, talks about a lot of things that makes life to make life successful, success, business, money, everything. Proverbs talks about, so we're talking about lazy people, those. I was like, see, when it comes to, I know you are still young, my children are teenagers, and of course I know you are still young, but you are getting to that stage where you begin to, by the time you go now, of course you enter relationship and all of that. Love is not the first thing. Love attracts you, but that is not the primary thing to so somebody is beating you, is insulting you, emotionally abusing you, and say, I love him.
What kind of love is
not that?
Yeah.
And that also goes with people who have gotten used to trauma. Childhood trauma.
So there are people who are used.
When you are used to trauma, you excuse you when you are too used to traumatic event. Probably maybe they grew up in a family where, of course, I knew people who, I have a senior colleague that time, the husband would beat her, finish beating her, take her to the hospital, take good care of her,
buy her chocolate.
So
tell her sorry.
That means something they will even frustrate and say, oh, I love you. I'm beating because I love you. Yeah, people, I've had things like that.
How can beating be love?
So such people, because they are used to traumatic experiences, their brain normalizes it and they just assume he loves me, that's why he's aggressive, he can't do without me. No. Any relationship that is becoming choky, obsessive, and the person can't give you some freedom.
Yeah.
Who is talking with you? Where are you going to? Where are you coming from?
The relationship, you don't have a voice.
Some even, as in I've heard people who say when they go out, their spouse will say, yeah, remove your underwear, let me smell. As in, it could be that bad. So you are seeing those things.
What?
And you feel because you love him, you'll be in that, or even if it's her, because it's not only the female side that gets into this kind of trouble.
Yeah.
There are some women that are also very narcissistic to their male folks. So love is not everything. So please, when you are in relationship, put love aside. Then have communication. These days, because of social media, you can have a family on the table and everybody is typing phone. That's another dangerous thing. People are on dates, so then to be talking about their future. What is your plan for the future? What dream do you have? How many children are we going to have? Where are we going to live? All of these things should be discussed before you start that marriage. What is life? What is my life going to be like with you? Who are you?
So these are serious discussions.
Conversations. Who are you? What are your plans for your own life? If you don't have plan for your life,
not just the mushy thing.
No.
Take me out
if
to
you put sex, love,
material
things ahead of your brain. They say women love with their hearts, men love with their brain. Please, women, start loving with your head, with your brain. Bring the brain home. Because
you love with your heart.
Yes. No, love with your heart, but bring the brain.
Alone.
It's very important because you will live in that marriage. And whether you break a marriage or you stay in it, if you say, okay, if after all, even if anything happens, I will divorce, you can't tell your story without talking about that marriage.
All right, thank you.
So it's very important.
So women should begin to love with their sense.
Yes.
Let your antenna, your everything about you be alive. Don't love with your emotions only. No. Open your eyes.
And not just material things. That's another thing when women are very materialistic, a lot of women.
All right, thank you very much, Mrs. Patricia Abokede. That's the first segment of the show, which is the buzz line. And while we were at that, our larger thing, I was quite delicious and larger, and I mentioned that she's one of the Talking Moms squad member in diaspora. You are a diaspora now. You are a diaspora. But when we see you like this, we are happy.
Thank you.
How are you? Good to have you today again.
Thank you.
That is Mrs. Fatima Eniola. and she is a teenage psychologist, so perfect fit for what we are discussing this afternoon. And did I mention my name? Hey, I don't think I mentioned my name. I dived into the discussion. No, immediately. I'm Temitope Olajide. So good to have you on the show again, our dear moms. And so quickly, because of our time, we'll just go to today's topic, the show, which is parenting teenagers without losing your cool. I said some things before Elijah came in. I said, is it possible for you not to lose your cool while you're parenting teenagers? You know, yesterday, we will take a break. Yesterday, I called my friend. She works in UI too. So I called her. I wanted to ask her to do something for me, which is within our office environment today. So I was calling her ahead of today. Immediately I picked my phone, she picked the call. I could hear her scream and shouting. I told you guys to do this thing. You didn't do it. This was around 7 p.m. You didn't do it. See the house upside down. You, this boy. You are the oldest. I said, Madam, calm down. Calm down. It took me like 4-5 minutes before I could get her attention on the phone. She was just ranting and shouting. I said, hey, calm down, be calming down. Only calm down. And the boy she was talking to, the guy was just like, mommy, calm down. What is that? Something that even me that was on the phone, like I should send it baju from that phone and reset his brain. These children, you are wondering, is this not the same boy that I gave birth to, that was crawling, that was a toddler? I would run today. Now I've done summer school runs.
The baby you were breastfeeding.
You understand? And they start giving attitude, and you're like, these days I find it difficult to differentiate between my oldest son talking, and his dad. Their voice sounding almost the same. And the baritone voice and all those things, and I'm like, oh, this is a phase. This is a phase. So now as a mom, I need to learn all these things I need for this phase. I need to be equipped for this phase so that I will not lose my cool. I will not, Elijah, I don't want to be losing my steez and composure.
You can still remain yourself.
I can, but how do I do it? My friend, at the end of the whole thing, I told her, remember, don't have IBP because of your children. And she was like, she walking pariwo. But she that one will not shout. I say, I think it's possible.
Oh, she's listening.
I told her, and then one of the, because this series, this teenage series topics, we have so many topics on these different topics. So I told her that one of the editions I will invite her so that she will sit down and hear from the experts, people who have teenagers, who have trained teenagers and are close to becoming young adults. So we are just starting. So we need experiences. All right, so our dear listener, we'll take a break. We'll be back in a bit to dissect this topic properly. Elijah, you're welcome.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon.
Yes.
Thank you. Thank you.
How are you?
I'm fine. Today is Friday.
She told me. Let me see what.
Federal government.
It is well.
It is well.
But don't worry. By the next time you come, that's what I can say. So we just look at interact and we share experiences and all that. Because my son, just it's a bit
It's not. Is it like? It's like. I don't know why it's not.
Okay.
Okay, want to.
If it can work,
I'm using this already. I'm using it for live stream.
I only want to record. I think it's okay.
But it's not showing well.
All right, Iyani Yami. No matter how old you are, you get in life, you are still your mother's child. You are still your mother's child. Though. Because anytime your mom, even at your mom is 90 and you are like 50 or 60, you have the privilege of having your mom alive. She's 90. And then she will address you as mommy and start doing all the oriki. For those that have oriki, it's that part that always touch me. Oriki upon oriki, and you're like, we will not leave this here today. I'm in this place today. All right, so I want to read out what we have here. I like how it was put. It says teenagers are changing, and sometimes their new behaviors can leave parents wondering what happened to my sweet child. But beneath the mood swings, independence, withdrawal, and seeming defiance are important, developmental changes that parents need to understand. So today, we'll be unpacking how to understand our teenagers without, constantly getting worked up, and how to respond with wisdom, patience, and connection. So already I have in the studio with me Mrs. Latifat Eniola, aka Swagalicious Alaja, a teenage psychologist, and Mrs. Patricia Abokede, a developmental psychologist and parenting coach. So they are not guests though, they are omas. So we will be looking at this topic together, and we'll share experiences within the next few minutes. Okay, we still have like 30 or 25 minutes to go on the show. So me, I don't know, but sometimes I beating, they are my son, my oldest son is at the stage that if I beat him, I'll just enjoy myself. So I can't.
Beating a man.
You get, he's taller than me. I can't beat him.
You are relating now.
Eh?
You are controlling yourself. Yes.
It's part of control, right?
Yes.
But sometimes I feel like removing belts from any angle and whip him. But why I'm trying to do that, because I remember back then, if my mom tried to do something like that, we tried to dodge it.
Okay.
In the process of dodging it, she falls. Or she hits her leg on something, and in her mind, in my mind, things like that. But back then, Mom, that was not good though. That was not good. Children easily provoke you.
Yeah.
They'll provoke you and want to do something you really don't like, you don't appreciate at all. Looking at someone else beating their child, I'm like, I feel ill. But when it's my turn, I want to beat. Same thing I don't want someone to do to their own child, I want to do to my child. And how can we control ourselves and still maintain our cool? How can we, control them, put them in place, in check? Not overdo things, not overreact, still maintain our cool, because that thing is not easily is easier said than done. Like my friend, this my friend I narrated a story that I got on a call with yesterday. She's the coolest of all the friends I have. Like very cool. She won't. So me hearing her shouting, screaming, I was like, if someone can make my friend shout like this, then that thing, the person had really gone beyond their boundaries. Like, so how do we handle our teenagers? They are still the sweet children that we raised. They are still the very handsome, easygoing. Because when you see them outside, you are like, I want it on, well behaved. But inside, they are something else. They are something else. I would tell my older son to do something, and you'll be counting minutes for me. You'll be telling me I'll do it over at my own time. And you're like, I told you to do something. You're telling me you do it at your time. No, how? Why would you do it at your time? Like, what are you doing presently? Mommy, don't worry, calm down, I'll do it. You're telling me to calm down. I want it done now, and you have to do it now. If you don't want me to shout, Mommy, don't shout, I'll do. So how do you do it? So who goes first?
Okay, thank you. You even eat up everything with your narration. For you to say that your child is a very honest guy, honestly, telling you that, mommy, I will do it.
Okay.
Not that you will not do it, but you said that we are talking about teenagers and we are talking about the millennial children. Abi, that is what I can call them. They are millennial children. And now for him to say that, he's being honest.
So
He's being
telling
honest.
me that we do it.
Yes, you just need. So the what he's trying to tell you is that it's not a child of 10 years ago.
Okay.
Probably then when it was like 8, 9 years, but now it has gone beyond that. So he have the ability. He has the ability to interpret any message given to him, your instruction, your demand. So you need to process it, and that to tell you, you should count yourself very lucky that is developing cognitively.
Okay.
Yes, he can interpret. It's just for you.
Psychologist.
It's you that invited us.
Oh yeah, yeah.
It's you that invited.
We're breaking it down.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. Okay. That's why I'm saying it, that it's developing cognitively. And when we talk about cognitive, that is part of development or the stage that adolescents are, that you cannot start negotiating conversation with them. Yes. So he telling you, let me say it's like a storytelling. Okay. Then he telling him that, mommy, I will take it. Then you should give him a time. You need to be mindful, you need to understand him and acknowledge his feeling as well. Okay. Yes. So
does that not translate to me taking anything? Like
no. Let me see, because you need a relationship with him. Why you need to do that is that it's from the difference between you controlling and you are reshaping the child, monitoring or supervising the child. Okay. And you still want to maintain your relationship with that. With that, there should be a kind of opportunity for him to take to take his own side of the thing. That, please, what I asked you to do, please, it has a time frame. Okay. Please, maybe you should rush whatever you are doing and get to what I asked you to do. You know, you've not hurt him.
But does that not make me?
I want to add to something.
Too lenient, like
no. You know what we are saying. We call it reciprocal up. I need to give him a kind of listening ear.
Okay.
Do you get? So with that, you can still call him, and by the time you are showing a kind of loving environment toward him, he will understand and listen to you, so that you will prevent him seeing you being difficult to deal with. Then he will go and be doing otherwise. That is why many of our children, when we see them, when they get to starting age, we keep saying that they are disobedient. No, they started it. And the guy is angry, you too, you are angry. That is not too wrong can never make it right. By the time it gets to a certain stage, you will definitely revoke what you are saying. And that's why you see some child, they comply with you when they see you. But when you are not there, they do something else. To other level that is extreme is when you now see decide that we not even care, leaving the house.
Walk away. Yeah, my bad. All right, let's hear Miss.
All right, I want to say that she has said a lot of things already. That most parents should understand that the adolescent you are raising is no longer that child. It's not the young child you were raising that time. You know, when they were young, they depend on us for everything. You make the decision, you tell them what to do, they look up to you for whatever they want to do. But now when they are now adolescents, they are now they are becoming adults. Adolescent is the bridge between childhood and adulthood. At that time, they are growing cognitively, emotionally, socially. They are beginning to have their own reasoning. They are seeing themselves as a human being. They are beginning to analyze what you say. In fact, they begin to query some things you believe.
I did that.
For example, they even query, why do we have to go to church? Hey, why do we have to do this?
How do I now
Why do I have to sit down like this? Yes, they begin to query things that they were choking before.
Okay.
because they are now forming their own identity. So at that point, an adolescent mom or parent should be the one to understand that this boy or this girl is no longer that 5 years old, 10 years old child that I could say, sit down there. The child knows I want to sit down or I don't want to sit down.
But Mrs. Abokede.
Abokede.
Sorry, I beg your pardon. Mrs. Abokede, I want to relate this discussion to why, when we were growing up, our parents
they will say something and
negotiate with them. Care, you cannot negotiate because something happened on. If you are familiar with the social media, rather, you discover that there's this lady who this Tony, Mr. Tony, don't let me call it Tony anymore. Let me a little because they attacked, because before they attacked me too, the lady, because people say gentle parenting, that's what it gives birth to. When you are too soft on your child and you don't correct them when they need to be corrected, you don't speak against some they exhibit and all of that. Because this girl, this lady, let me put some respect, she learned she's an intern with Mr. Tony Elumelu of UBA. You know him, Mr. Tony. So he is the chairman, and there was a gathering, and he was the one with the microphone, maybe addressing or maybe speaking to them and all of that. And this lady stood up in the midst of everyone to ask a question, and she called Mr. Tony Elumelu by his first name.
I think I heard about the story.
She said, no, this happened just yesterday.
Okay.
It happened yesterday.
Yeah.
She called Mr. Tony Elumelu as, she said, good morning, Tony. And Mr. Elumelu would not have it.
corrected me.
He would not have it. He said, what? No, me, I will not subscribe to this Oyibo thing. Like, Nigeria, this is Africa. We don't do that here. We don't, and a lot of people have, connected it to gentle parenting. Like, if our parents had trained her well, if they had, cautioned her when she started exhibiting such attitude, bad attitude, disrespectful attitude, she wouldn't have done that. If this is what they do within the banking sector, you should know that this person, this is a 63-year-old man, for goodness sake. This girl should be in her 20s. He's old enough to be his grandpa self.
You know one thing parents misunderstand when we say connect with your children. It doesn't mean accept misbehavior.
Okay, I like that.
It doesn't mean that. We need to differentiate, because when there's a campaign or a conversation about something, for example, people who brought in women equality, they came with good intention, but it has been abused. So when we are saying connect with your child, it doesn't mean tolerate misbehavior.
Okay.
It does not mean laissez-faire parenting. It means understanding your children. You see, our parents that did it that time, that they spoke to you and you just obeyed, they didn't allow you to think. They might have brought up children who look like they are successful because they had a job. They did all they wanted them to do. But many of them are not emotionally healthy. One of the good examples is that, look at the generation of our parents, how economy has changed over time. When the colonial were ruling us, things were looking good then.
Yes.
Immediately they left, things were good. But keep looking at it. As we are going downward, the economy and everything deteriorating. Because the people there, they plateaued with following only order. They didn't have critical thinking.
Yes, they were just.
Our parents did not question anything.
Like robotic way of living.
Get a job. Sit down. Be a doctor. Be a lawyer. No question.
Let me have.
Sorry, ma'am. So they grew up learning to obey. No question ideas. They didn't have critical. You see, in trauma, there's a way that your trauma stop growing, your brain stop growing. Okay. When you have been traumatized, it states that I will go there later.
Okay. Psychology.
It doesn't grow to the point where it can begin to think critically. Okay. It remains at the survival level. Many of our parents grew up being survivors. So they only survived. They did not use their brain. You see, people will be in government job, they will retire in the government quarters. They will not build
They will
house.
not explore.
As far as the economy is today, we have young people in the midst of this struggle. They are building houses. They did not steal. They did not do anything illegal. They are building houses. They are buying cars. We have good. My son came one day and said, my teacher said, the good old days. These people used to buy B2 for 5. And I said, go spit it out. Those good old days, the highest they bought was B2. As things are now, people are buying luxury cars.
Yeah.
It's not everybody that is driving good cars that are stealing. No. So those days they obeyed, but they were not eventful.
They obeyed. They were not. Eventful.
So, but today, the idea, if your child is questioning things, questioning your ideas, questioning your theories, that child is thinking. You should be grateful that you have a thinking child. What you should do is, you have to understand that this child is growing, is developing.
Okay.
Come down to that child level. Don't fight when that child is angry.
Okay. So now, thank you very much, ma'am. I want us to differentiate between a child being how do I put it now? Giving their parents, being in awe of their parents, and being faithful. Do you understand? Being in awe. Oh,
like the respect.
Yes.
Okay.
And being faithful.
Okay.
Like I'll paint a scenario, like your dad, a child that his dad has told that don't stay out outside the house after 7 p.m. But maybe there was something that happened, maybe traffic, maybe a situation in town that didn't allow him to get home on time, and he couldn't beat that time 7. He had to come back to the house around 7:30 or 8 o'clock and all that. And the guy getting home was not even given opportunity to explain. The dad exploded and all of that. And this child, maybe where he was, he had calculated, okay, by the time I get here, he actually left where he was on time to beat the time before 7. But because of what he experienced outside, he had to stay back that late and all that. And the dad didn't even give opportunity for him to explain and all of that. And he descended on him. Do you understand? And the next time, the child feels, okay, fine, there's no point. Because I wasn't given opportunity to explain. Let me go stay out. When I get home, you beat me, I'll be fine. What do you say to that?
Yes, your scenario is very, very nice. In fact, I like the way you are coming with. Yes, I give it to you.
Thank you.
Because it's giving me the curiosity to say so many things in line with that. We have what we call autonomy parenting, where you allow your children you give them clear explanation, and you let them express, you give room for their emotion, to understand their emotion, feelings. Okay, for that guy that you said, you were to be the parent that is or our kind of parenting style is the autonomy that I said. The person will give the child a chance that you welcome. Yes. What happened? The child will be able to, it could not be to explain. There should not be wow. And I was thinking that maybe I know that it wasn't that. That sorry, but please next time maybe you let us. So when that thing happen again, the guy will be able to use his senses with what my colleague just said. That many of our parents or they were not giving us the chance to think.
That was what happened to us. Before you open up to say
when you were narrating that story, I wanted to add that part of the skill, this 21st century skill that any adolescent or even adult should have is critical thinking. Know how to deal with what do we call it? Conflict management, then collaboration, then resilience. Do you understand? So when you have all that, like the girl that you are saying now, yes, communication skill. You should know when you are anywhere that you want to address or you are given the opportunity to talk to someone older than you. Even it can be your mate. There's a way to show a kind of respect to that person.
Even
you don't
in the
just
job environment,
even the job, because
your conversation.
your conversation.
Not
with your
boss.
friend is different from someone that you want to
Yes.
grant an interview for. And when you look at it, it's not something they will teach you in the 4 rooms of classroom.
Yeah.
So that is why we are talking about that. The certificate-based education that we are having is no more helpful to some of the Gen Z. And to some of us parents, the kind of parenting that we grow along with then is not
Helpful for
it's
this
not
generation.
helpful for this generation. So when you are talking about possible positive parenting to so many people, you can see that kilo de what she thought one nìyẹn ṣá wa mọ ọmọ tọ́ ni.
Are we
Do you
dead? We are still alive.
I'm a
But
motor now,
I
you know.
like-
So like that one that you just said, the girl and the story that I'm trying to put because of our time. I'm trying to put the two together. Parents don't know that by the time you allow the children to just think otherwise, they will comply just for that situation. Do you understand?
Yeah.
They will not integrate that feeling of self to use it when they are alone. That's why you know I've said this before. Some children they will answer you, do whatever they want them to do, but when they are outside they are something else. So all those parenting style that you say bí mo ṣe ní kó ṣe náà nìyẹn, ó yẹ kó ti máa pọ̀, ṣé kò yẹ kí ọpọlọ ẹ kó sọ fún ẹ pé kó pè mí ni, you are controlling and you are damaging that child psychologically.
Okay.
Because they have their own psychological space. They need to have a freedom and show content and show competence. When you are telling them that most of them dé ní 7, that means you are not competent. Meanwhile, the guy walked through that instruction. It's something else.
We suffered a lot.
Do you understand? But at the same time, because we are loyal,
we are loyal.
Yes, we are loyal. We are loyal.
Because
that is what I do tell.
One of those times I remember one thing my mom did to me back then. She didn't give me opportunity to say what was on my mind. And she was saying all sorts and
you are trying to measure.
Exactly.
What happened is this.
What you know recently, someone that is a
myself.
mother. Yes, I think that thing happened like 2 nights ago. The person called me and we spoke more than 1 hour. This woman is no more a lady, at least in her early 40 or about to be 40. Yeah, she was telling me our childhood experience.
No.
You
A lot
know
of us
what
suffered though, Alaja. Time has gone, no, we have to go. We will come back. This, you see, is a long series. So, in week in and out, we would be picking these topics, and then they are interwoven.
Yeah.
So, this topic may even have maybe connected to another topic that has to do with teenagehood as well. So, don't be angry. We will call you again.
No problem.
Don't worry.
No problem.
See, our station manager is capable. We will fuel your car.
Okay, well, that one is even okay for her. If it's just fuel, I think it's okay because me, I know they shy when it's come to something that I need.
So it's good.
If you give me knives, now I go collect them before I come
No,
over for
because
here.
we've not agreed. We will reach that agreement after the show.
There is nothing now.
No,
Never
let's
can
reach
fall
that agreement
anytime.
after.
You see, it was sunny when I entered. It can be raining now. So things can change.
All right, thank you so. See, this topic is very hot because we've not even touched some aspects that I want us to go. Our time is gone. We have to read the news at 3. So quickly, I just want us to say our final words before we go. So parenting does not have to be the way it used to be, and the fact that you are giving your child opportunity to express herself or himself doesn't make you a very a gentle parent or a parent that accepts anything.
Yes.
Or anything goes or accept rubbish in quotes. So I want you to just express it in 1 minute, please.
Okay, one of the ways to resolve this tension between adolescents and parenting is communication.
Okay, communication.
Parents should learn to communicate with their children and how they understand that a younger child is different from an adolescent. So as you are growing, your children are growing, grow in your parenting too. You can't use the parents of a toddler to train a child that is an adolescent. Okay. So parents should learn while raising
parents
children.
learn. Things are changing, so you have to move with the train. All right, Alaja.
Okay. So back what she just said, the parents need to understand the developmental appropriateness. Appropriateness of the kind of any kind of parenting style that they might want to. We are not saying that they are not knowledgeable to take care of their children. But what we are here to say is that thing needs to be changed. It shouldn't be a one-way things or what do we call it?
One heart fits all.
One outfit fit all. We need to understand at the same time, parents need to understand the kind of person they are, their home. They should be able to understand their home personality and understand their home perfectly. So you don't compare other children and home with yours.
Okay, thank you very much. We have learned a lot on the show today, and I'm sure that our dear listener at home have learned too, especially moms of teenagers. You know, there's a lot from where this came from. So don't miss out on the next edition of Talking Moms, which is next week Friday at exactly 2 o'clock. PM. So we'll be waiting to have you again, and thank you so much, Alaja. We appreciate you, our own Sogalicious Alaja. Thank you so much for always coming when we call you. And Mrs. Patricia Abokede, thank you once again
for having me.
lending your voice in this matter. We are not done. No, we are just starting. We've only scratched the surface of this whole series. So because it's a long one, and together we'll do it. Thank you once again, our listener. Hope to see you next week again, and hope to have a fuller house where other members of Talking Moms Squad be with us. Once again, thank you. Hi, I'm Temitope Olajide. Bye for now.
Uh-oh.
This thing don't finish since